We're pleased to have Trisha Pande, an attorney with the Patterson Harkavy law firm, to help explain who's eligible for unemployment benefits in this crisis. Trisha, we are seeing record numbers of people who are unemployed because of this pandemic. There are state funds and federal funds available to help those who are jobless. Can you help explain what assistance is available?
I'm happy to provide some general information, but I want to note that this shouldn't be considered legal advice and you should seek a lawyer if you have specific questions. Generally, individuals must meet 4 basic criteria to be eligible for unemployment benefits in North Carolina. First, the individual must be unemployed due to no fault of their own. Second, the individual must have earned sufficient wages to establish a claim. And third, the individual must be physically able, available, and actively seeking work and registered for work with the North Carolina's Job Service Office. In North Carolina, the maximum weekly benefit available is $350, but that may vary depending on your claim. Benefits can be received up for a maximum between 12 and 20 weeks, depending on the state's unemployment insurance rate and the state's unemployment rate. On March 19, 2020, Governor Roy Cooper signed Executive Order 118 to address rising unemployment related to COVID. The executive order expands unemployment insurance eligibility to include workers who are laid off or have their hours reduced because of COVID. So pursuant to this order, DES, the Division of Employment Security, waived some of the requirements for unemployment claims that are related to COVID. For example, first, it waived a 1-week waiting period that's normally required following the filing of a claim. And second, it waived the requirement that an individual be actively seeking work in order to receive unemployment insurance. Now, on March 26, 2020, the Federal Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, quote unquote, CARES Act was signed into law. Part of a nearly $2 trillion economic stimulus package, the act provides an estimated $260 billion in expanded unemployment insurance. The CARES Act creates 3 new unemployment insurance programs, all of which are federally funded. The first type of unemployment insurance is called pandemic unemployment compensation. This provides individuals an additional $600 flat amount on top of their regular state unemployment insurance. This amount will be paid on a weekly basis, and the assistance is available through July 31st, 2020. The second type of unemployment insurance is pandemic emergency unemployment compensation. This insurance provides an additional 13 weeks of state unemployment insurance benefits, which becomes available after an individual exhausts their regular state unemployment insurance benefits. Now, the vast majority of states provide about 26 weeks of unemployment insurance benefits. North Carolina is one of 8 states that do not. The last kind of unemployment insurance under the CARES Act is called Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, or PUA. Now, this insurance is provided to employees who are ineligible for state unemployment insurance. So, for example, it can apply to self-employed workers, independent contractors, freelancers, workers seeking part-time work, and workers who do not have a long enough work history to be eligible for state unemployment insurance benefits. It may also apply to those who have exhausted their state unemployment insurance benefits. Applicants for PUA benefits must be either partially or fully unemployed or unable or unavailable to work because of COVID. For example, the individual claimant or a member of their household was diagnosed with COVID, or their place of work is closed due to COVID. Now, this PUA program expires on December 31st, 2020, and benefits are available retroactively from the time that this bill was passed.
If I'm unemployed, how do I apply for state benefits? And is there a separate application to receive the federal funds?
That's a great question. So currently the DES in North Carolina encourages individuals to apply for state unemployment insurance and the federal unemployment insurance I just spoke about through their website. And you can go there at des.nc.gov. Individuals can also file claims by phone and call the customer call center at 888-737-0259. Once a claim is filed, a claimant's last employer has about 10 days to respond. And if there are no issues, they should get a first check within about 2 weeks of filing.
Thank you. We've heard from people they're having trouble getting through on the call line with DES or filing the online application. We hear in the news how overwhelmed the state is by this record number of claims. What would you suggest to someone who's having trouble getting through to DES?
Yes, I've been hearing a lot about this as well. And I think we're all aware that the Unemployment Insurance Office is experiencing a record number of claims. And my understanding is that in response to that, they are hiring more employees and expanding their capacity as quickly as possible to meet those claims. In the meantime, I would recommend that applicants apply online during non-business hours.
Those are good suggestions. Another question for you, can immigrant workers apply for unemployment benefits? Are they eligible?
Under the current state and federal systems, undocumented workers are not eligible for unemployment benefits. The general rule is that workers must have valid work authorization during the base period where they were working and at the time that they apply for benefits and throughout the period during which they are receiving benefits.
If someone receives unemployment benefits, does that affect their taxable income or any other types of assistance that they could receive?
Generally, unemployment insurance is considered income for tax purposes. However, the Federal Unemployment Insurance CARES Act makes clear that the unemployment insurance payments should not affect your eligibility for other benefits like Medicaid, for example.
That's good to know. Could somebody get unemployment benefits if they're teleworking or on leave?
Generally, individuals are not entitled to unemployment insurance if they're teleworking with pay or on paid sick leave or other paid leave. However, individuals who telework for less than they customarily worked prior to the pandemic or received paid leave for less than their customary work week may be eligible for some types of unemployment insurance if the reduction is directly related to one of the COVID-19 reasons that have been discussed, quarantine, closure, things like that.
That's good to know. One final question for you. Are these unemployment insurance benefits different from the payments, direct payments that people could receive that are part of the CARES Act?
Yes, they are different. So the CARES Act also provided for direct payments to tax filers, individual tax filers with an adjusted gross income of less than $75,000. So those tax filers will get a direct payment of $1,200 if they earned less than $75,000, and according to their 2018 or 2019 taxes, depending on whether the 2019 taxes have been filed yet. And then there's a reduced amount for those earning who earned between $75,000 and $99,000 annually in adjusted gross income for 2018 or 2019. So they'll get something less than $1,200 depending on what they earned.
Trisha, thank you so much for helping explain what can be a kind of complicated system. We're glad that there are so many benefits out there for the jobless. As you mentioned, ever since 2013, North Carolina's had some of the stingiest unemployment benefits in the country. We need our legislature to act now to make some improvements to our system, to increase the duration and maximum amount of benefits, and to change the formula that they use to calculate eligibility. So we're urging everyone to send letters to their legislators to tell them to take these actions. You're going to see a link on the screen to an action page where you can send letters to your representatives in Raleigh, urging them to make these needed changes to our unemployment benefits system. You'll also see a link to a section on our website that has additional information about unemployment benefits, as well as other COVID-19 resources. We at the State Fed are here to assist unions in this crisis, so we urge you to check our website and our Facebook page often for updates. We are union strong, and we will get through this.